Alright, and we are live on the video. Hope everyone is doing well today. I just got done training. I did a central nervous system workout, so 2x5s on every single exercise with 5 minutes of rest, so I was there for a decent bit of time. Not going hard, very low intensity, but relatively heavy weight that I can hit consistently. Hit a little bit of a floor press PR today by doing 275 for a set of 5. Felt incredible on floor press, so we're very happy with that. Recovery wise, that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about how we can balance recovery, because you can't gain muscle if you can't recover from it in the gym. You can only gain as much muscle as what you can recover from. And for me, that was the most relevant discussion because I struggled with recovery a whole lot. I could not recover from my workouts. I was always sore, I was always injured, I was always tired, exhausted throughout my day. And recently that has changed. Now, I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is a very high-intensive sport. You use a lot of cardio, a lot of muscle in it. It's a very fighting sports are incredibly intense, and I suck at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so it's usually me fighting for my life against all these skilled people who are putting me in crazy positions and absolutely cranking down on choking me nearly to death. But that's all right because it's a ton of fun. So recovery-wise, has been a bit hard. So one of the big things that I've done for that is increasing my carb intake, as well as increasing protein intake increasingly too. I always make sure that always before I get some carbs in, I might get a protein in afterwards because that benefits recovery for after the fact too. Before or after your meal, it doesn't really matter, but I always get that protein in regardless of the fact, either before or after, sometimes both. Carbs pre and post workout is incredible too for getting your muscles the glycogen to recover, the fuel to recover, because you need protein and you need carbs to come back harder. And you go through your workouts. I notice a lot of times I quit pre-workout entirely for the most part. I still use energy drinks occasionally, but we're not taking 3 scoops of pre-workout anymore. We're having a bang once a day. We're having rain once a day. So cutting down on stimulants was a huge thing as well too, because when you carry such a high level of stress, because exercise is stress and it has a good result, but it still acts as stress in the body, and always exercising is going to be terrible for recovery and whatnot, and always having a very high level of stress is going to be terrible for your body as well too. So I cut stress down. When I get out of the gym, I relax. I might take a nap. I definitely eat some food. I might chill with my girlfriend. I might watch a movie. All these things to relax myself, get my body to homeostasis so I can start recovering, and so that cortisol does not accumulate in my body. That has been one of the big things for me too, because I'm such a high energy person. Learning how to have energy in the day, but also use your energy smart, because if you're full throttle every second of the day, you're not going to have much left for when it matters, and then you're not going to be able to recover because your body was not calm. You got to train like a lion. You got to have an hour where you go hard, but the rest of it should be considered rest while still working hard, because productivity and having to live a life that you want to live is quite important. Hydration, huge thing as well too. I was not bringing water with me into the gym, and I was just suffering. I started drinking a lot more water, and with a lot less still drinking energy drinks, but I'll actually have I won't have Rockstar with tons of sugar. I won't have a ton of artificial ness in it. I'll keep the extra carbs from the extra sugar, the extra unhealthy GMOs to a minimum. I think that's had a pretty big difference as well too, just cleaning up my diet. I eat a ton of eggs, a ton of very simple carbs to prevent insulin issues. When you do create insulin spikes, your body can become very disconnected with the whole process. So you'll have carbs, just crash immediately. When you have carbs, as a human, we should get a burst of energy. We should feel invigorated because our body now has fuel to burn. Most people don't have that because their insulin sensitivity is fudged to the wall. So that's been a pretty big part of my life as well too. Sleep-wise, I've been going to bed earlier for the last week or so, and that I've noticed almost gives me endless amount of energy, and then I'm tired towards the end of the night, which is incredible. My sleep is deeper. All studies point to that. I sleep better. I fall asleep easier. I wake up easier. I'm still tired in the morning, but I don't sleep till noon and still feel exhausted. I'm able to get after it relatively quick. So waking up around midnight, 11 to around 8 or 7. That's been the last few nights. And then training in the morning for me too. One of the Huberman studies shows that, actually some of his work references that when you get sunlight exposure in the early morning, it increases good stress, allows your body to wake more up, warms up your body, also signals your body to release more dopamine and more testosterone, which is both some of the most beneficial compounds for recovery, for fitness, for general energy levels. So that's what I've been doing every day, and it's felt great, as well as getting some simple carbs in, some fats and protein early off the bat to then fuel my workouts in my day as well too. When it comes to winding down at nights, I take 1 milligram of melatonin occasionally. I have a pretty big meal. Depends on some people. Some people can't sleep after eating. I sleep just fine, and I want to be able to recover throughout the night. So I'll have a protein-filled meal, some carbs at night, just fill me up, make me feel a little bit tired. Start the digestion going on a little bit, and then I go to bed and I get my 8 hours of sleep. I used to sleep with LED lights in my room, and I don't anymore. Turn them off. Feels better. I want to get like blackout curtains because my apartment's kind of bad for sunlight. Like it just kind of comes in always. So when I'm trying to sleep in the morning, like I get waking up pretty early because of that as well too. I supplement with vitamin D as well. I figure get some outside, get some in me through other means as well too. And workout wise, which is another probably last big thing, I have a coach, Arthur Dane, Blood and Rain podcast. Blood and Rain, great guy, great friend. He's mentor and the person who's doing my training. He has me hit various movements various times of the week, so we'll have central nervous system workouts to where I'm not exhausting my body, but I'm working the central nervous system, not the muscular system. And then we'll have days where we hit the muscular system, work on building more muscle, building more strength via that route. So there's a few different routes. Doing this allows me to keep the mileage relatively low and have a very precise method for getting stronger and without injuring myself. We utilize the different exercises used. So 1 week might be a floor press, 1 week might be a bench press, 1 week might be decline press. Like it's one of those things where it's kind of like always varies, so you don't get much mileage on the joints. You train different movement patterns so you can be the strongest athlete possible. The workout wise, that's what we're going with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit short insight into what I'm doing for recovery. I keep it pretty basic. I broke my massage gun, so I don't even have that anymore. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. I'm about to go edit a podcast, and hopefully this will be on YouTube in a bit. Peace.